Heath here from HLB Photo. Today, I'd like to take you through a basic sensor cleaning on your DSLR. Whenever you're changing out lenses, especially out in the field, and there's a lot of dust and debris and wind, you always run the risk of exposing your sensor to that dust and debris. You'll know that something's in there when you start to see dark blotches show up on a lot of your pictures, and you'll be able to tell that it's sitting on the sensor when it's in the exact same spot in every frame. The main thing you'll need to do this is a little blower just like this. You can pick up one of these at any local camera store or online for a few bucks. I prefer the ones where it pulls in air from one end and blows it out the other. Great little tool to keep in your kit. I carry one with me everywhere I go. One thing I'd like to mention along that same line is refrain from ever using a can of air to clean out your camera. It may not be apparent, but there is a lot of particulate that comes out of those, and it comes out at really high speed with a lot of force. So not only do you run the risk of just making your sensor a lot dirtier, you also run the risk of damaging it itself. The other thing I highly recommend, but isn't really necessary, is just doing this on a tripod. It doesn't matter what kind, as long as you can tilt the head down. So I'm going to take you through getting it ready and cleaning it. I'm using a Nikon D7000 for this example, so I'll take you through the steps on setting it up for a Nikon. So all it really takes is turning on the camera. We go into menu, we go to setup menu, then we look for lock mirror up for cleaning. Select that option, hit OK to hit start, or to start the process. It's going to tell you to push down the shutter button to lock the mirror up for cleaning, so go ahead and do that. We're just going to push. Now the mirror is locked in the up position, good to go. The reason I like to use a tripod is so that when I'm doing this cleaning, all I have to do is tilt the head down. Then while the lens is off the body, I don't run the risk of anything else falling in, like any other dust or debris or a pen slipping out of your pocket and smacking into the sensor. So all it takes now is that we're going to detach the lens. Pops right off. Set that down. Now remember, the mirror is locked up in the the mirror is locked in the up position, exposing the sensor. So all we're going to do is we're going to take our blower, and we're going to go right about, I usually go about 2 inches from the opening of the mount. Don't ever stick it inside the mount. You don't want to scratch it against the sensor or anything like that. So we're just going to give it a few good puffs here. I usually go from every angle. That's usually about all it takes. I also like to, and you don't have to do this, but I also like to give the rear element of the lens a good cleaning before I reattach it. So then from there, all we do is pop the lens back on the body. To bring the mirror back down, on a Nikon at least, all you have to do is flip the camera off, the mirror drops, and then you're good to go. The best way to test if there's any dust or debris left on the lens is to go outside on a sunny day, preferably without a lot of clouds, point up towards the blue sky, set the f-stop on your lens as high as it'll go. On this lens, it'll go up to f22. That'll give you the greatest depth of field, so that when you fire off a few shots, you'll be able to see real clearly if there's still any debris left on the lens. If there is, just repeat the process until it clears up. If it doesn't clear up and it remains and there's always blotches, you can go a step further and do a wet cleaning. But if you're uncomfortable with doing something like that, which is actually coming into contact with the sensor, I would highly recommend just sending it in for a cleaning. It's a lot cheaper to just send it in and have a professional do it than to accidentally damage your sensor and have to pay for a replacement. So that's about it for the basic cleaning of your camera sensor. If you have any questions about this process or any suggestions to make the process better, please just leave a comment below and I'll answer it as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.